Hope you're all having a nice holiday. I got back to Spain for mines, and as Victor mentioned the other day,
see you next week. It's gonna be Mateo speaking to you guys.
Today I will be going back and take a look at how my 2018 rewind looked like.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
So I've been thinking the last couple of days about how to summarize in a 10-minute video a whole year and the most relevant stuff, and I think I found a way. If you're understanding this video, you most likely are a human, or at least understand how time works during a year. Month after month, from January to December, until you complete 2 whole months. Easy, no? So I will follow this preset timing, this preset timeline, and going through basically the most relevant moments of the whole year. And my copilot in this adventure will be Google Photos. You guessed it right. Stories don't just start from the beginning, they usually have a background or a context, and in our case, it was the scholarship we received for Spark for our entrepreneurial adventure these incoming years. So after all this motivation we received in December, January came and it was basically a lot of work for exams as always, and I started learning web development in a high intense level. So after getting this extra motivation in December, in January I had all these exams, university exams, and apart from that I also had a lot of web development work as I had to learn as fast as I could for our future business that involved software and online software. And I also received the first visit of the year from my friends Jorge and Angel. February was the month when I realized I was gonna have quite a hard time working in my dissertation, and also when me and Victor started developing a more realistic approach to our business idea. And it was also one of the months when I met the greatest person in the world, and that took also a big chunk of the next month of March. Month that was basically working on the dissertation, as I was very behind in schedule and the deadline was getting closer and closer and closer. Also around those dates we started the Stonehenge of this channel called The Mango Guys, the good old times. April was more and more work with YouTube, modeling our idea, getting closer to a more realistic thing and completely changing it, and a lot of dedication on the dissertation, where I spent most of my time testing, building things, breaking things, rebuilding them after breaking them, and so on. Exams, dissertation, presentation of the dissertation, some events and meetings, a half marathon, and some fun here and there. I think June was a very important moment as we reached to the final idea today nowadays we are working in, and we got there basically looking for a realistic business model that kept alive our soul, our first identity, that was to help people using software, using online software. We also realized that we're gonna be very busy in summer as some friends were coming to Spain to visit us, and despite we wanted to spend the whole summer working, we had to spend some time with them after 3 years, 4 years wanting to come to Spain. They were finally arriving, they were finally coming to visit us, and we had a very nice time. And in June it was also when we decided to create the first big plan, the first big planner for the next incoming months and years in a long run. So, you know, it was kind of a reflective month, I would say. Alright, so we just got to halfway of the year. I don't want to make this just a summary of my year, which would be boring for those that are not closer to me. I want you to get something out of this. So here are my thoughts of this practice of reviewing years. I think we all should go over our year at some point of the 365 days and think. Not even analyze, Just think what you had before and what you got after. Think about all the people that was there for you and realize that life is not a race with a goal, but a path and a process we gotta enjoy. Think what you learned, what you enjoyed, who you loved, and what you can do next year to improve these parameters mentioned. And now, before I got too cheesy, although I think I already did, let's move on. So July was the month I traveled all around Europe, I got graduated, and I hosted my friends in my hometown. So basically a lot of fun there, and August looked like an extension of July. However, this fun was also complemented with me wanting to work, but I really wanted to start working, start doing whatever I loved, and that came in September. So in these past 3 months, I worked on what I really wanted to work and I really cared about. However, these past months there was one little thing in the back of my mind that was causing me anxiety and constant stress. To do something you don't like, neither that you believe in, that doesn't give you any value, and that wastes you a lot of time from doing and from spending time on what you really want to do and spending time with who you really care about. At the end, with the support of my family and friends, I did what I felt right to do. And I really have a lot of things to talk about and to explain about this topic. The questions was arising to me, what I learned, why I did these decisions, all the reasons, all the possible solutions that I thought about, and what I really think people should be asking to themselves every single day, and the reasons that motivates whatever I do in my life. But I think this topic deserves its own video, so leave me down in the comments if you want to hear about this decision and the reasons behind and the outcomes and the learning things that I got from this. So yeah, these past months I spent a lot of time and I barely didn't have any free time as I had to work on YouTube, on Instagram, on the business and especially on the hamster. And in the meanwhile, we also got a hamster. I think most of this huge amount of work came from learning as I wasn't experienced in many aspects. And the beginning, I believe, is the hardest moment, especially for the amount of time you have to spend learning about the topics you want to improve on. So yeah, with all that said, I came here to Spain in December, and the only thing I really can say about all this is thank you to our first subscribers. Many psychologists say the first followers of a movement are more important than the movement or the leader itself, and I couldn't agree more. You're our first motivations, apart from the fact that we just like doing these kind of videos and we like all editing, preparing videos and so on. You're really our motivations to see that you're still following us. So yeah, to sum up, I haven't started a year with more illusions that I'm gonna start 2019. I think it's gonna be a great year. At least I'm gonna have a lot of fun working on what I really enjoy. We've got many projects ready for you, many series, many new stuff coming out in February, March. In many months we really have a lot of things coming out in 2019. So yeah, stay tuned and hope you enjoy your new year. And also, don't forget to subscribe down below. Leave a like if you liked 2018. And yeah, see you in 2019.